Hey, what's up everybody? It's Danny from Hip Hops. Been gone for a couple weeks because I took a road trip down to Florida to see some family. I did get to hit some breweries on the way back. One of them I did hit was Southern Grist. I picked up this Money Moves, and there'll be some other Southern Grist beers that'll appear on here as well. Today I'm going to be talking about that beer and pairing it up with Money is Time by North Carolina rapper G Yamazawa. So stay tuned. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll talk about some of my favorite tracks off the album, as well as talk about the brewery and taste test the beer. All right, so Southern Grist is located in Nashville, Tennessee. They started out in 2016 in their East Nashville location and have since expanded to the Nations neighborhood, which is in West Nashville. And there they have opened up a canning facility and a tap room. So the beer I'll be trying today is called Money Moves. It's a milk stout with peanut butter and maple syrup. And this beer comes in at 6.5%. And the first time I got to try any Southern Grist was when I was at the brewery. So it's pouring pretty thick like a stout would. It's got a nice tan head. The can describes it as a rich and creamy milk stout loaded with enough peanut butter and real Vermont Maple Syrup to make your taste buds dance. So let's see. Definitely the peanut butter is the strongest flavor on the nose. But I am getting some maybe some smokiness, which I'm not sure if that's from the roast of the beer or from the maple syrup. It may be like a roast, like a toasted maple syrup. So let's give it a taste. The peanut butter is not real overpowering. It's sort of balanced with the sweetness of the maple syrup. The body is a little bit more aqueous than a stout would be, but it's still a very delicious beer. I'll be pairing that up with G Yamazawa's Money is Time, which was released in 2018. G Yamazawa is a Durham-based rapper and poet who in 2014 became the youngest National Poetry Slam champion in Oakland, California. You may recognize him from his song North Cac off his first album, Shouts to Durham. I first saw the music video when somebody shared it on Facebook and then saw it on a couple different rap forums.
One of my punchlines are where you're Vicodin off. I know I'm frightening y'all long as a mic is involved. Relocated to Cali, but I ain't liking the smog. I'm a Southern North Star, I be the light in the dark. Be the right and the wrong, I be the reason the Bull City feeds me. Bull City greets me, Bull City needs me. Everywhere I go, I got that Bull City greeting. That's why they throw the horns when the Bull City sees me. It's the North Cac, baby, I'm a boss.
You should also check out his YouTube series called Good Riddance, where he releases tracks over other people's beats. Now this is his sophomore album. It was self-released, 200 copies that he hand-signed and then mailed out himself, went to the people in the United States, and then he sent another 100 copies over to Japan. So as you can see, at the time that this was recorded, he was actually living in LA. As you can see on the back here, he's got the palm tree. But he, like I said, hand-signed all of these and then sent them out. So 300 copies total, and they all came on this money green translucent vinyl, as you can see. G Yamazawa is first generation Japanese, and being raised in Durham, North Carolina, he found that poetry and hip hop was a way for him to express himself. One of the things I like most about G Yamazawa is the way he bridges old school and new school hip hop. A lot of his production choices are influenced by today's trap music, but lyrically he can hang with anyone that's been around. This stems from his poetry. If you listen to some of his spoken word, he's a really deep, intelligent artist. And the music sort of is if Little John and KRS-One had a baby, it would be G Yamazawa. It's really got a lot of hype to it and a lot of crunk to it, but lyrically, if you listen to it and you pay attention to what he's saying, it's really in depth. The first track I'm gonna give you is the second on the album, and it's called That's My Shit. The next track I'm gonna give you, it's a little bit of a silly one. It's called Ya Ya, but it has a personal connection with me because my son, when he started babbling, one of the first things he was saying was ya, 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 ya. As you'll hear, that's pretty much what the chorus is on this track, and so I would like to play this and just jump around with him and screaming it. The third track I'm going to give you is called Drum Some, and this song is all about giving props to the drummers that are on these albums, as well as the drummers that are sampled in a lot of hip-hop music. So that's 3 of my favorite tracks off the album. G Yamazawa, as a talented independent artist, definitely deserves your support. Check out the rest of his catalog and start with his first album, Shouts to Durham. And as for Southern Grist, definitely worth checking them out. If you're in the Nashville area, I would stop by the tap room. I definitely want to check out their initial tap room when I go back to Nashville. They're known most for their hazies and their fruited sours, which a lot of breweries are today, but they do the styles very well. During the outro of the video, I'm going to play you one more track from G Yamazawa called We Made It. So until next week, cheers.
First started out from North Carolina, South Carolina to the Georgia line, to the Florida Pipes, to the world beyond. Boy, welcome all y'all to this world of mine. Yeah, I get that's all I need. With that blood, that's all I need. First die on is how I greet. Sip that shit, that honest tea. You ain't writing, you tracing. Straight up copied and pasted. Shouts to all my creators.